What's going on, everybody? Price Tag here with another video, and you're probably wondering what the heck am I doing here presenting my video in a cloudy tank, and that's not very presentable for a video. Well, I'm going to tell you here in this next video, so stick around. So if you guys are familiar with the Carib Sea Live Reef Sand, it's got a lot of different beneficial factors. There's a few different colors. It's got actual beneficial bacteria inside the bags, so it helps makes your tank cycle faster. And lastly, it supposedly has what it claims these free biomagnet clarifiers, and it's supposed to help make your water clear fast. And if done correctly, it's supposed to work. But the problem with some of these bags, and even some of the cichlid sands that I bought, you get like a 50-50 shot of one, the clarifier bags even being inside, and two, if they're inside the bag, that sometimes they're busted, so they're useless anyways. So with that being said, this is where Clear Magic comes in. It's made from Aquatop, and I was recommended this by Whiskers, Wings, and Wild Things that's near me, and I finally got around to seeing them again, so thanks to you guys down there at Whiskers, Wings, and Wild Things for helping me out. And I want to see if this works. The owner, Joe, told me that what he does is there's individual packets in here. In order to clear these up, one bag of these is supposed to be good for about 30 gallons of water. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bags in a box. And they're like $8 a piece for this. So, as you can see, I have a tank of cloudy water. And this is the one tank that I had absolutely no bags of that magnet clarifier in there at all. So, it's bizarre. So we're going to test this out and see how long it takes. So I'm going to go ahead and this is a 75-gallon tank, so I'm going to go ahead and put 3 of these in here. And I'm going to move the water around a little bit, and then we'll just wait for time to heal itself, and I'll give you an update here whenever we're done. I also have a couple other tanks that only had like one clarifier in it that worked for me, and I'll show you here. I also did want to point out too that on the side of the box it does say that Clear Magic is safe for freshwater and saltwater aquariums. You can add Clear Magic to your aquarium filter routine, cleaning for crystal clear water. It attracts suspended particles in the aquarium water so they can be removed from your filtration system, and it can be added once a week or whenever needed. And like I said, it adds 1 packet per 30 gallons, or up to. So hopefully this stuff works. I'm counting on you, Whiskers and Wings. Thanks again. Here's one tank that I actually had all of the clarifiers in there, and it actually had an extra bag, so that's why this one's clearing up pretty nice. And I have put fresh bags of sand in this tank, in this one, and also in this one. Now this one's starting to clear up, but I'll probably have to clean up the sponge filters a little bit. But I'm also going to try the Clear Magic on this one, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently as opposed to just adding it straight to the water. So with the biomagnet clarifier that you get within the Carib Sea bags, it tells you to put it in a container like this, fill it up with tank water, and then mix it all up in here, and then slowly pour it back in to get a higher volume of clarifier within your tank. So that's what I'm going to do with the one over there. So let's get started. So I went ahead and got some tank water from this one here. I did clean up the sponge filters on this one, so it did get a little bit more cloudy. But that's a benefit though, since it'll be fresh for the sponge filters to do their work if they need to. And then we're going to put 3 of these Clear Magic packets inside here, stir it around a little bit, and then slowly pour it in. and we'll play the waiting game again. This is a more of like a powder. I don't know if you guys saw it from the other tank, but I was trying to move it around in there, but it is a sort of powder. All right. So it seems like the majority of the big chunks kind of disappeared when I was stirring. So we're just gonna, looks like I got a big jug of pee, doesn't it? Anyways, I swear to you, this is not pee. We're gonna go ahead and evenly distribute this in the 75 tank. All right, and there we go. So now we just play the waiting game, and I'll come back at you here in like the next day or less maybe, and we'll go from there. So here is just a few hours into using the Clear Magic. And as you can see, it's doing its work. I mean, even when you zoom in here, the sponge filters are definitely picking up the heavy debris that gets all the molecules and different particles that help make it attach to the filter. So I'm probably gonna have to squeeze both of these filters out before I go to bed at night. So here's the first filter that did not have any magnet clarifier in it. And then here is the second tank without any magnet clarifier in it. I went ahead and squeezed the sponge filters out already, so that's why this one looks a little bit more cloudy than the other one does. But it was very similar to what the other one looked like. So this is kind of what it looks like after taking the sponge filters out and squeezing them out, and then putting them back into the tank, because there was a lot of debris that was attached to those filters as well. And here's the one tank that actually had the magnet clarifiers inside the bag, and you can see like those things just work phenomenal. Not that I'm putting Clear Magic down at all, because I'm not, but I mean, this is just after a few hours of using that stuff. So you can definitely tell that that stuff's doing what it's supposed to. Looks like I'll have to probably squeeze these filters out as well. But overall, I mean, you can definitely see that going from here to here, I mean, it's doing what it's supposed to. So this Clear Magic stuff is definitely working, and I'm pretty happy with buying this stuff. Alright guys, so here is the end result of using the Clear Magic. Now if you remember this top tank, I had all 4 of the magnet clarifiers in the bag, so that tank is still looking pretty good. Obviously, might just have to do some sponge filter maintenance. But remember, this one here had absolutely no magnet clarifier in the bags. So after using that, I'm about 5 hours away from a 24-hour period, and you can see already that this tank is crystal clear. So this Clear Magic is definitely worth the $8 spent. And as I pan over here, I only had 1 bag of magnet clarifier in the bag of sand, and this one's doing just as well. And like I said, the sponge filters again will probably have to be squeezed out and maintained a little bit, but overall we're looking just as clear as this one here, along with the top one. So with this Clear Magic, I can definitely say that this stuff works. The one thing I will point out is I might have used just a little bit too much Clear Magic. As you can see, there's a little bit of sediment on the bottom of the sand there, but I will use the Python hose to kind of siphon some of that up and squeeze the filters out once again. And there's some sediment on the bottom of this one as well, that I'll just siphon that out, do some maintenance on the filters. And I'll kind of give you an example. This is a 40-gallon breeder that I put cichlid sand in that had the magnet clarifier in it. And even that stuff will have a little bit of extra sediment on the bottom just from using the sand and the clarifier you're still going to have to do a little bit of maintenance even using that magnet clarifier. So that's kind of a good example of comparing it with the Clear Magic. So what do you guys think of Clear Magic? Do you think I solved my problem? Because I think I have. And in my opinion, I think it worked pretty good. And I'll have to keep this in mind for a future reference for whenever I need to clear up cloudy water, if I need to do it rather quickly. A couple things I did want to point out, and I also pointed out in the video, of course, but I just wanted to make sure that it might make a difference as to the sediment that's on the bottom, depending on what type of filtration you have. Because obviously I had the sponge filters, so it might make it a little bit different depending on if you have hang on the back, if you have sponge filters, if you have canister filters, you know, whatever filtration you have. But just keep in mind that you're probably gonna have to do a lot of maintenance with, you know, whatever type of filter you have, because that stuff is going to collect and it'll just clog everything up. So you probably have to do some extra maintenance with it when using this product. And then the other thing is too, just to make sure you use the right amount. Like I said, I might have done a little bit of an overkill for my tank, but I probably could have used 2 packets instead of 3 for the 75 gallons. But first time I've used this, and it's not really a big deal for me to have to do a little bit of cleanup, a little extra maintenance here and there, because that's expected. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below and what you thought of this video. And I'm hoping that you guys learned something today, because I sure did, using this for the first time. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Later.